Earth's energy resources are gradually depleting. In 5 years, humans will have exhausted all energy sources. The end of humanity seems imminent, prompting world governments to search for a solution. Scientists have pinned their last hope on a device known as the Shepard Accelerator. The Shepard Accelerator, if successfully tested, promises to provide humans with unlimited free energy, solving the current energy crisis and allowing people to live normal lives again. However, if the experiment fails, there will be no hope left. We are introduced to Hamilton and her husband Michael, both scientists. They are talking in their car about the upcoming Shepard Accelerator mission. Both are involved in this mission, which carries significant risks. The device cannot be tested on Earth due to its dangerous nature. Hamilton is part of a team that will go to space to conduct the test. This means Hamilton and Michael will be separated as Hamilton heads to space. The story then jumps forward a few months to a scene where humans have launched a massive spaceship named Cloverfield into Earth's orbit. We see all the scientists working together to run the device, but it fails due to overload. This wasn't the first time they tried. They had attempted to test the accelerator many times before, each time losing power and hope. The team, along with the world, was under immense stress. After another failed test, we see Hamilton talking to her husband Michael via video call, sharing the day's report. Suddenly, the connection breaks. We learn that Hamilton had children who were lost in an accident, a fact revealed in the middle of the video. The scene shifts to the crew members discussing the recent tests. A Russian crew member, Volkov, is unhappy with the experiment's lack of success and blames Schmidt, a German businessman, for sabotaging the efforts. Anger flares, and a fight breaks out between them, which the captain eventually stops. The next day, they prepare to test the Shepard Accelerator again. Meanwhile, a live news broadcast on Earth features a scientist discussing the experiment's risks. He explains that the accelerator is incredibly powerful, utilizing energy levels never before harnessed by humans or for space exploration. The theory presented by the scientist in the news was that if the Shepard Accelerator worked, it might penetrate space and time, potentially causing the team to experience another dimension. He suggested it could open a door that might bring monsters and demons into our world. The team, focused on their mission, paid little attention to this theory. They knew they had to succeed in this experiment to save humanity. When the team turns on the Shepard Accelerator this time, it stabilizes with great difficulty. The test for unlimited energy is successful, but only for a short time. Suddenly, all the power on the ship goes out. When everyone regains their senses, they realize they are no longer in their solar system. There are no planets nearby, and it seems like they have been transported out of their galaxy because of the Shepard device. Everyone is terrified and worried about their families on Earth. The captain gathers everyone and encourages them not to lose hope. He explains that since they stabilized the device once, they can do it again and save the world. He insists they must find Earth. Meanwhile, another strange incident occurs. Sue hears someone screaming from a wall of the ship. Everyone rushes to where Sue heard the scream and is shocked to find a woman trapped in the wall with wires running through her body. As they free her, they notice she knows Hamilton by name, though Hamilton does not recognize her. They carefully cut the wires and take the woman to the infirmary. The crew is puzzled about how she ended up on the ship in such a dire situation, especially since it defies logical explanation. Meanwhile, on Earth, Michael, Hamilton's husband, wakes up to chaos as the power has gone out and the world is in turmoil. Strange occurrences also start happening on the spaceship. Volkov experiences something odd with his eye, which keeps tearing up. When he looks in the mirror, he sees his eye behaving strangely and he becomes frightened. Volkov talks to himself in the mirror and then operates the 3D printer. In the lower power compartment, Smith and Sue are attempting to repair the reactor when Volkov arrives with a gun. He accuses Smith of being a traitor and is about to shoot him when he suddenly collapses unconscious. The rest of the crew discovers the incident. Meanwhile, Ben notices that the worms they brought from Earth have disappeared. While being taken to the hospital for treatment, Volkov vomits, and all the missing worms come out of his body in a very disturbing scene. Volkov dies, plunging the crew into deeper despair. Following this incident, the captain and Hamilton decide to talk to the woman who mysteriously appeared on the ship, hoping she might have some answers. Her health has improved, so Hamilton, whom she knows, goes to speak with her. It becomes clear that this woman, Nina, is actually a member of the Shepard crew. Strangely, she knows everyone except Sue and is familiar with the mission. However, none of the crew members recognize Nina. This puzzle will soon be explained. Nina whispers to Hamilton, warning her never to trust Schmidt, claiming he is a traitor. Hamilton shares this with the captain, who checks Schmidt's communication logs and finds evidence of contact with German intelligence. Schmidt denies any wrongdoing, but no one believes him, and he is imprisoned. The space mission now feels like a terrible nightmare, with inexplicable accidents happening one after another. As the story progresses, Ben was repairing the wall from which Nina emerged. When he touches it, his hand mysteriously gets stuck. He calls for help, and when his companions free him, they discover his hand has been severed. Shockingly, Ben feels no pain and isn't bleeding, as if he had never had a hand to begin with. Back on Earth, we see Michael leaving his house. Manhattan is now in darkness and in ruins. Michael finds a girl whose parents seem to have died, and he takes her to a safe place by car. Meanwhile, on the spaceship, the crew is in a dire situation. Schmidt is still locked in his room, waiting for someone to release him. When he finally gets out, he finds the ship eerily empty, but soon discovers something shocking: Ben's severed hand, which appears to be alive. They lock the hand in a box, but it starts writing a message when given a pen. The message reads, "Cut Volkov open." Schmidt explains that what's happening is a paradox caused by the high-energy experiment they conducted. This paradox, based on the theory of the multiverse, shows how two or more realities can interact. By leaping through space-time with such high energy, they've caused multiple realities to overlap and interact. This explains the strange occurrences on the spaceship, including how Nina ended up there. In another dimension, the same mission was launched, but with Nina instead of Sue, and Schmidt was indeed a traitor. Now, because different realities are being mixed with each other, that's why some things there are being shown here and there. Actually, they have come to the dimension of Nina. But what happened or is happening on Earth is even more scary. Now, the message given by Ben's hand, they follow him and cut off the stomach of Volkov. Seeing this, they are shocked because there was a reactor in his stomach from which the energy of the ship comes. It was missing for a long time. When he was put back, these people scan the surrounding map, and they find out that they have not gone too far from their solar system. But at the same time, they get the news from Earth that the Cloverfield ship crashed 2 days ago. All of its crew members have been killed. Now, as we know, they have come to some other reality where their ship has already crashed on Earth. But that's not the case. Now, whatever the Earth is, everyone decides to go. Sue and Schmidt again start to repair the accelerator, and now Nina also knew that actually their dimension has crashed in our dimension. Sue dies while fixing the system because the water in that compartment starts to fill. Sue does the work that no one else could have done, but now as this dimension has no one there to help them, now only person who could do something is Nina. Now everyone goes to her. In return, she asks for all the data of Schmidt. The captain gets ready to give. Later, during the talk of Hamilton and Nina knew everything about Hamilton, but not that her children were killed. In this alternate dimension, Hamilton's children are still alive. Nina shows Hamilton footage of her children, which makes her very emotional. Nina tries to convince Hamilton to stay in this dimension, promising her a life with her family. However, there is a problem. In this dimension, Hamilton didn't join the space mission and is still on Earth. If Hamilton from the space station goes to Earth, there will be two Hamiltons. Hamilton requests the captain to let her go to Earth in a pod before they activate the accelerator to return to their own dimension. The captain agrees, but they face a power shortage. They decide to divert all the ship's power to the accelerator. During the repairs, Ben has an accident, causing part of the space station to be destroyed. Nina suggests separating the damaged section to prevent it from destroying the whole ship. The captain, Hamilton, and Schmidt manage to separate the station, but it becomes clear that not everyone can survive. The captain sacrifices himself, taking the broken section into space. Back on the ship, Nina, Schmidt, and Hamilton prepare to restart the accelerator. As Hamilton is about to leave for Earth in a pod, Nina helps her but then makes her unconscious. Actually, Nina planned to come with Hamilton to the pod but had ulterior motives. She wanted to teach Schmidt a lesson because the Schmidt in Nina's dimension was a traitor who endangered the entire mission. Nina returns to the ship and starts attacking everyone. When Hamilton regains consciousness and realizes the pod is about to leave, she becomes suspicious and leaves the pod, returning to the ship. Hamilton heads to the reactor chamber and finds Nina about to kill Schmidt. A fierce fight breaks out. Nina shoots Schmidt, but the bullet only grazes his shoulder. Hamilton and Nina continue to fight intensely. In the end, Hamilton manages to kill Nina. Finally, Hamilton and Schmidt send a message to Earth, confirming that the Shepard accelerator is working successfully and that they are returning home. However, as they prepare to land on Earth, a giant monster appears, revealing the story's climactic twist. The explanation for all these events is that when the Shepard accelerator was activated, it caused different dimensions to interact. These monsters and aliens didn't come from elsewhere but are native to Earth from this parallel universe. This way, this movie also connects with Cloverfield Lane, released in 2008, which features monsters on Earth. Please like the video. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, then please do it.